Signs, signs. From the research I've done and the word so far from everyone I speak to, I hear that everywhere there's signs. And I can tell you just from looking around my own neighborhood that it's true. There are signs everywhere. I mean, everywhere. Garage sale signs, candidate signs, lost signs, found signs, signs for everything, every reason, Wait a second. You ever notice that not only are there a shitload of signs, but they never seem to be going away? Every morning when I go out on my jog, I see signs nailed, stapled, or otherwise affixed to telephone poles, light poles, just about anything that isn't warm-blooded. And these aren't telling me about anything coming up in the future. No, they're telling me all about the past. About a yard sale 6 months ago. About an election 2 years ago. Most of all, these signs are telling me about my fellow members of society, about what short-sighted, lazy, reckless, negligent, uncaring people we really are. Just consider where these signs came from. They came from the citizens so interested in politics that they want to help get the word out. But they care so little about their own city, state, or country that they don't care about polluting it. They came from someone industrious enough to sell their old shit for a few bucks, but so indifferent to the shit they create that they just leave the signs to hang where they're hung until they fall into the gutter, get washed out to sea, and get eaten by a turtle. And it occurs to me that there are signs, and there are signs. We are surrounded by more signs than just these. There are signs all around us. Have you seen the skies over Beijing? No? That's okay, nobody has. The city's choking on its own waste. Maybe that's a sign. Maybe Arctic sea ice becoming just as endangered as the animals who used to live in that ecosystem is a sign of something as well. Tornado and hurricane seasons are getting longer and longer, while in other parts of the world, the rainy seasons are getting shorter and shorter. Perhaps this too is a sign. When a Malaysian airliner went missing recently, and a multinational search combed the sea for any signs of the plane, the only thing we turned up was an endless array of waste in our oceans. And this doesn't even count the millions upon millions of pounds of plastic in the Pacific. Plastic that breaks down only to get eaten by fish, which either kills them or kills us when we eat it. Maybe that's a sign. Perhaps the resurgence of certain diseases, such as measles, brought on because people decided to listen to bimbos instead of science and throw out the whole idea of getting their children vaccinated. Maybe that's a sign. And quite possibly, the increased corruption in politics brought on by the equivocation of bribery with free speech could also be a sign as well. What are they a sign of? Perhaps this is all a sign that we are a species who is unworthy of its place on this planet. Perhaps it's a sign that we have overstayed our welcome. We've become spoiled and arrogant and uncaring. We don't dare do any thinking because it might hurt our tender little brains. Maybe it's a sign that we should wake up. We should stop listening to those who tell us what we want to hear, that everything will be fine if only we stop thinking for ourselves. Because I'm pretty sure that's not really working for us. We are surrounded by signs. Future generations, however many remain, will ask themselves how people in our day could stand idly by and allow our world to be gobbled up by the rich, as if the rich had no stake in this as well, as if the rich could just buy another planet, and how we could leave so little to our children, to those we say we love. Are we just bad at seeing signs? Or have we simply stopped caring? I don't know. But I know that when I go jogging in the morning, I see plenty of signs all around me. Quite often, they're the signs for garage sales that already happened and political campaigns already lost. And then I turn and see freeways packed with cars that fill the sky with problems our children will have to take care of for us. The people in those cars are too busy hating each other to consider what kind of sign their behavior creates. The signs are there for anyone to see. But will anyone recognize their meaning? Or will we keep mistaking all these warning signs for nothing more than scenery? Which I guess is just another sign in itself.